Welcome back, and I'd like to take this time for all you ladies contributing today. We have a few more questions before we wrap it up, and I think, Monique, I'm going to fire this question off to you.
Okay.
We've had quite a number of lenders exit the broker channel over the years. I mean, we've had First Line, Macquarie recently.
Yeah.
Then we've also had some acquisitions, and we've just had Scotia acquiring the Canadian arm of ING Bank.
Right.
Do you think, Monique, it's just a matter of time before that ING brand disappears? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I talked to ING earlier this week, and I've heard rumors myself, and I think what I heard was kind of what I was thinking would happen. The reality is that if the acquisition goes through at the end of December, Scotiabank's going to have about 14 months left to play with the brand. So that's the logo and the ING Direct name. Then they've got to work on how they're going to bring in the ING brand into the Scotiabank network and try and keep the essence of what made ING unique in the marketplace and highly desirable for a lot of borrowers and people who are interested in high interest savings account, keeping them interested in that. So from what I understood, Scotiabank purchased ING for different strategic reasons than how they purchased Maple Trust. They looked at ING and realized that they had deposits that they wanted to add to their own deposits. So I think they were going to be number 3 if this goes through in deposits with the other banks rather than number 5. They also looked at the mobile banking network that ING's established and realized that that's the way of the future, and wanted to, I think, probably figure out how ING's doing that so well and tap into that bit of business. I think that Scotia is going to try and certainly maintain some kind of direct channel to, I'm hoping, mobile banking and the ING.
Well, they're number 1, are they not, in the broker?
They, I believe they are.
Yeah.
From the ING perspective, from what I've heard or learned, they're excited about the acquisition.
Oh.
They're hoping that it'll expand their product and program base, that they're going to be able to come out with more products. They're going to have...
well, that's good. So no one's worried about their jobs.
I don't think so, and I think that's that's a good sign. I think it's of all the lenders that are out there, the big banks. I think ING is probably very pleased that Scotia's been the party to acquire them.
Now, didn't the same thing, Paula, happen with Resmore and Ally? Mm-hmm. And that
RSM
did not work out.
No.
Okay, so it'll be interesting to watch this in the
It
future
will.
to see what happened. We have a question that's come in. Maureen, I'm going to ask this. Other than rate, who is one of, typically we have 3 lenders that, whether we have a credit union, a monoline lender, and a bank. Can you name your 3 and why?
The 3 lenders that I use the most are Scotiabank. I like having a full service bank, so if I need a line of credit, that type of thing, their STEP product. First National, they've got fantastic service. They're very, very easy to deal with. And then also North Shore Credit Union.
They're in the North Shore.
Exactly. And they're just a great lender in that sometimes they'll be a little more creative. So those are the 3 that I do use the most.
Okay, Paula, how about you?
We've done a lot of business over the years with TD Bank. We're trying to move into more of the mono
It's tough with TD right now, right? Since the Western Underwriting Center sort of...
It's tougher, absolutely, on the production side on their end, but we're also trying to position ourselves so our business is spread out a little bit more. We're trying to support up the monoline lenders. We're highlighting the differences in the IRD calculations and educating our clients so that they can see that it's not about rate. We need to look at everything in order to determine the right product. So we're really trying to retrain ourselves so that we're never discussing rate before we discuss product line.
Seems to be the theme here in this room.
Yeah, so we're trying different monolines out and trying to see where our best fit is.
Okay. Do you support any trailer fee lenders?
Yep, I do. I probably was one of the first people to get started with Merrick's, and I still send some business to them. In terms of, I mean, I like the trailer fee model because at renewal, as long as they're offering a competitive rate and the product still fits their needs, you know, it's an easy kind of process for both the client and the broker, which is nice. But in terms of, yeah, other lenders, Scotiabank's probably my big bank lender, and I do direct business to ING and First National, and then I tend to spread out the rest between some credit unions and Merrick's type lender.
Gotcha. All right. Paula, as we sit here, we all agree that broker business still has room for expansion. It's a good time to be in the business, lots of money to be made in the business, lots of satisfaction in the business. What are the three most important things that you as a broker should suggest to those viewers out there investing time, money, and energy in this climate to be able to thrive in this business?
I think it's really important for a new broker to understand all of the lender's product lines, but more importantly, I think what they need to do is they have to have a mentor, like Monique mentioned. Early on she had a mentor, or join a team. I think they should be running scenarios, creating fictitious applications and running scenarios and finding the solution to those applications prior to even getting out in the field, because you have to position yourself as an expert. So as a green broker, how do you do that if really you don't know anything and you're just trying to sell rate? So really they need to step back. They need to look at various types of applications and say, where would I possibly place this and how am I going to resolve this problem? And only then should they really be going out and giving out their business card.
Okay.
So
they're confident.
I think they need to be confident in how to develop the solutions to clients' problems. They need to invest in a very good CRM program and just ensure that they're staying up to date on technology and ensuring that their education is forever advancing.
Okay. You know, a couple of questions. New broker in the business starting out. Maureen, what advice would you give to someone who's looking to, you know, make it happen?
My answer is going to be very similar to Paula's. I think remaining up to date on education and lenders' policies is extremely important, because you can have a deal and you can have just one little thing that no longer fits that lender's policies or the insurer's policies, and all of a sudden that deal that you thought you could get done for that client and tell the realtor, okay, it's all good, it's not working. So I think really staying on top of that, and as we all know, we've had so many changes over the last couple of years, some put in by the federal government, some just put in by lenders themselves and by insurers. So there's a lot to stay on top of, but always knowing what those changes are, so you know what you can do with the deal and what you can't do. And if it's a deal that isn't going to fit, to be able to come up, like you said, with solutions of ways that you can get it done.
All right.
Yeah.
Monique, you can add a little bit to that, and I'd like you to touch on social media and social marketing. Would you suggest that if someone were to start in the business today that they take some energy and time to get that all set up?
Yes, I'm probably not the best person to be asking about it because I'm a late adopter. But sure, I'll touch on the social media marketing first. Doesn't take much effort to create a Twitter account. Even I can do it. That says a lot. So sure, have I done little tweets? Yes. Am I doing it all the time? No, but I'm going to get there. Sure. Have I created a Facebook profile for myself? Yes. I like that too, because when people when I want to direct someone to a Facebook friend page, I kind of want to direct them to my professional page if they're a referral source or a client, for example. In terms of
what other things would you suggest that a new broker should do?
I guess three things, two of which we've already kind of touched on probably. Get out of your office at home. Don't be there for 8 hours a day waiting for the phone to ring or hoping that someone calls you or that a realtor's remembered you. I would say every day, get out of if you don't have 5 deals on your desk that you're working on, get out of your place, Go to your office, hang out with brokers that are doing deals, go meet a realtor, go talk to an accountant, go take a financial planner out for lunch, go to a networking event, get out there. Don't sit in your dark office in your house hoping. The other thing, try and get involved in as many mortgage files as you can. Like Paula said, look at, try and get a group together of new brokers. Look at some case studies. Maybe you all get together and you've each got a deal that you can bring to the table and review it. Get into your headquarters office and see if you can learn from osmosis about a tough deal that the guy beside you and the desk beside you is working on. Right. See if you can talk to a seasoned broker and say, hey, can I sit on a client meeting with you so I can understand how your little interview process goes and what you do and what you talk about? Get out there. Try and get access to as much knowledge as you can, even if it's not your own deals. Because that's the problem is we're only going to gain confidence and I would say buy-in from your clients when you look like you know what you're talking about. And until that happens, you're trying to catch up. Finally, third thing, we talked about CRM. That's important from day one. One other thing, maybe start thinking about building a personal brand for yourself. Look at your strengths and weaknesses, your characteristics. Think about what makes you different from everybody else and how your differences can lend strength to you as a broker, and leverage that. Create a profile for yourself.
Perfect. Yeah. All right. I think that's all the time we have today, ladies. Thank you very much again for taking the time to come and spend with us today. This is the end of the 5th episode of Mortgages Unplugged, sponsored by the MBABC. Please stay connected to your association, and you can learn when these videos will all be up. They'll be on the YouTube channel, and you're welcome to review them again to get a reminder on some points. Or you could suggest other members that perhaps weren't able to watch today could take the time to go on and look at that. Please join us again for the 6th episode of Mortgages Unplugged, which will be scheduled sometime before Halloween in the month of October. So take care and have a great day.